As New Mexico celebrates a major vaccine milestone, the state is announcing troubling new data about New Mexicans dying from a completely unapproved COVID treatment. News 13's Brittany Bate explains.
Well, Jess, more than 70% of New Mexicans are now vaccinated against COVID, and while any of the three major vaccines are proven to be safe and effective, doctors say some are still turning to a drug used to treat horses. Now, 2 New Mexicans have died after using ivermectin.
It's a serious issue. We need to watch it. I know that one of the patients had a fairly serious issue with COVID, and that was a case, a serious COVID infection, was on a ventilator. The other patient was on dialysis, and the ivermectin was basically taken in lieu of or instead of effective treatments.
It is not clear how many other New Mexicans may have ingested or injected that drug, but Grace reiterates it is not safe and encourages people to go to a pharmacy or their primary care provider for an authorized vaccine. Now, you may remember President Joe Biden originally challenged every state to hit that 70% mark by July 1st. Very few states did. As of now, New Mexico is vaccinating about 28,000 people a week, and most of those are happening at pharmacies. New cases continue to plateau across the state, and here you can see the southeast is by far and away in the worst shape, but even their cases are starting to go down. You'll remember New Mexico graduated from its individual color-coded reopening system in June, but the CDC did implement their own. After months of being in a sea of red, several counties are starting to make real progress.
Now what you see is we have a few counties that have downgraded into orange, or which is still considered substantial level of transmission, but it's a very welcome sight to see that we have a county with over 100,000 population, such as Santa Fe, has now moved into the orange.
When it comes to hospitalizations, we are still skating right along the level of the crisis standard level of care, though a few more ICU and general beds are remaining open. As expected, Dr. David Gray says deaths are continuing to increase. He did not give an estimate as to when the death rate could improve. Jess?
All right, thank you, Brittany. COVID testing rates in the state are at the highest level since January. The state is reporting 719 new cases of COVID-19 today. 18 deaths were reported. 359 people are in the hospital.